Have you ever stopped to truly think about this? What if the greatest secret of the Bible was never about religion at all? What if it was always about you? Welcome back to our series, Unveiling the Bible. And today, you're about to see something in a completely different way, because there is a phrase that has echoed through time, a phrase you've probably heard before, but maybe never truly understood. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. But here's the real question. Free from what? From your problems? From suffering? From lack? Or from something much deeper? From the beliefs you've been carrying your entire life without even realizing it? Think about that for a moment. Because for a long time, the Bible has been interpreted, literally. And not only that, in many cases, it has been shaped and even manipulated by systems, by institutions, by people who decided what you should believe. But what if everything you were taught missed the real meaning? What if the Bible was never meant to describe a God outside of you, but instead a power that exists within you? This is exactly what Neville Goddard revealed. Back in the 1950s, he brought a completely different perspective. Not religious, not dogmatic, but psychological and deeply spiritual. He taught that God is not a being separate from you. God is your own consciousness. And when you begin to understand that, something shifts. Because suddenly, life is no longer something that just happens to you. It becomes something you are constantly creating, moment by moment, based on one thing: who you believe yourself to be. Let that sink in. You don't receive what you desire. You receive what you're conscious of being. Think about your life right now. Just observe it without judgment. What keeps showing up? The same patterns, the same struggles, the same limitations. Now ask yourself, what have you been assuming about yourself all this time? Because that is what's being reflected back to you. This is the truth that sets you free. Because when you truly understand this, you realize something powerful. No one is holding you back. Not the world, not other people, only your own beliefs. You're not trapped by reality. You're trapped by your perception of yourself. And this is where one of the most powerful statements in the Bible appears. I and the Father are one. Now stop for a second and really think about that. What does that actually mean? Were you taught to see this as something symbolic, something distant, something that only applied to Jesus? Or could it be a universal truth? Because if this is true, then there is no separation between you and God. And if that's the case, everything changes. But then there's another statement. The Father is greater than I. And at first, this sounds confusing, almost contradictory, but it's not. In fact, when you understand it correctly, it becomes one of the most powerful insights you will ever have. Let's simplify this. The Father represents your subconscious mind, the place where everything is created, where everything is formed, where everything begins. And the Son represents your conscious mind, your awareness, your thoughts, your identity. In other words, your conscious mind impresses the subconscious, and the subconscious manifests. That's the process. Now think carefully. If every single day you see yourself as someone limited, someone who struggles, someone who's not enough, what are you doing? You are impressing that identity into your subconscious, and your subconscious has no choice but to express it as your reality. Because that is the law. Now here's the powerful part. If you change your consciousness, you change your reality completely. But here's the truth most people don't want to hear. This requires death, not physical death, but the death of your old self, the death of your old beliefs, the death of the identity you've been holding on to. Because as long as you remain the same person, you will continue to live the same life. So the question becomes, are you willing to let go of who you've been in order to become who you truly want to be? Now let me ask you something important. What does prosperity really mean to you? Most people will say money, but that's incomplete. Prosperity is more than money. It's freedom, it's peace, it's health, it's alignment. And yes, money is part of it. But when you make money your only goal, you give your power away again, because you start believing, if I had money, then I would be happy. But the truth is the opposite. You must become the person who naturally lives that reality, because everything begins within. Always, wealth starts in the mind. Before it ever appears in your physical world, there is a powerful idea that says, whatever you determine will be established. But here's what most people miss. It's not just about saying it. It's about believing it, feeling it, living it internally. Because empty repetition changes nothing, but true assumption changes everything. And there is another powerful statement. If I be lifted up, I will draw all things unto me. This is not about ego. It's about elevation of consciousness. When you elevate your inner state, your outer world follows. You begin to attract not what you want, but what you are. And this brings us back to the truth. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Because when you truly understand this, you break free from limiting beliefs, from false identities, from everything that has been holding you back. And for the first time, you begin to consciously create your life. And this is only the beginning, because in the next video, I'm going to show you how to apply all of this in a practical way. So this stops being just knowledge and becomes real transformation. If this resonated with you, subscribe now, because this series can completely change the way you see your life and, more importantly, the way you create it. I'll see you in the next video. Before you go, I just want to take a moment to genuinely thank you for being here. Out of everything you could be doing right now, you chose to spend these minutes investing in your awareness. And that matters more than you think. Because the truth is, not everyone is ready to question what they've been taught. Not everyone is willing to look within and take responsibility for their life. But you are here, and that already sets you apart. So if something in this video made you pause, made you think, or even made you feel something deeper, hold on to that, because that's where change begins. And if you're committed to truly understanding these principles and applying them in your life, then make sure you stay with this series, because what we're building here is not just knowledge, it's transformation. Thank you for being part of this journey.